The parents of the children who attended the preschool continued to talk to one another and their children. Another child um, told his parents he'd been abused. A third child was in contact, came forward in 92. The stories included the killing of a baby tiger in a graveyard, a person being shot by people in sheriff's uniforms, and then dismembered with a chainsaw. Videotaped sex with adults and other children. This is all accounted for. Um, Again, read also Michelle Remembers because of what had happened to her. Um, because her mother and others were part of a devil worshipping cult. It does happen, people. It really does. So, be informed, okay? Um, it goes on. It really does. You're not going to hear about it, but definitely read that one book. So, do you think Satanism goes on in America today? I think so. Um, since the 19th century, various small religious groups have emerged that self-identifying as Satanists that appeared after the 1960s are widely diverse. Um, but there are two main groups. Excuse me. Um, Theistic Satanism and aesthetic Satanism. Okay. Um, the one depicts Satan as a patriarch, not a supernatural deity, but a patriarch. Aesthetic Satanists regard Satan as a symbol of certain human traits. The idea is spreading elsewhere the effects of of globalization, of course, the internet. The internet spreads awareness of other Satanists and is also a main battleground for disputes. Um, Satanism started to reach Central and Eastern Europe in the 90s, and noticeably in Poland. So, interesting. Um, but there are groups everywhere, cults, whether they're religion, um, most of them claim to be, because they feel that they're the prophet or um, God told them that this was their job. It's a front to have power and control and make money. Um, so just be aware. Always check everything out. Um, there's so much research you can do anymore now with this. It's not such a hidden subject. You can do the research on it. Um, Again, like the Manson family, um, Jones, in Guyana, Jonestown. That was, it's just unbelievable that that could happen. I don't believe they all took it voluntarily, but I just don't know. It was a little crazy. Manson and his racial ideology. It's a power trip for these people. And the victims of it, unfortunately, suffer long afterwards if they can escape at all. So, I don't know what else to say. I think we've covered cults pretty well. I hope you learned something about cults. I hope I explained some things and brought out some facts and some fiction. And I hope you enjoyed it. I can't think of anything else to say about it except it is it's there whether you believe it or not. Do you believe in the Illuminati and the Freemasons? I do. I think they're there. Supposedly the Bushes are Illuminati. So there you go. Um, there's a lot of things we don't know. Let's face it. They don't tell us everything because, for fear, we don't understand. We don't do this. Or, we don't want to cause a panic. Really? I think uh, we're smarter than that. But they don't want to recognize that fact. Thank you so much, Valerie, and thank you for participating tonight. Um, Procter and Gamble thing. I had forgotten about that till I did some research, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot all about that. Um, do you? Does anybody believe that they did that? It's possible. Is there any evidence? No, because do you really think they're going to keep copies of that around? They're not stupid. Um, but that was a big thing for a long time. And like I said, Liz Claiborne was another one. And people just boycotted. They refused to buy the stuff, which was interesting. So is it true? I don't know. I think so. I think the Illuminati are around. I think the Freemasons, they all work in the background. There's things going on there. Good conspiracy theory thing. Like maybe we could do that. I can't think of anything else. I'm going to play some more music. Hey, Chris. By the time you came in, um, I hope you listened to the show. I really do. It was quite interesting. It's a deep subject, but cults do exist. Satanic cults do exist, and they are very active today. All of them. Um, like I said, the Illuminati and the Freemasons, they're there. They're in the backgrounds. And I think those groups are more upper middle class and upper echelon, the elite that are involved with those groups. Yeah, they have it's a power thing, and they kind of try and keep everything in check. Well, they screwed up this time, didn't they, people? Just a little. Don't know what happened there, but they didn't have much control over this time. So, could Trump be a part of it? I don't know. I doubt it because he doesn't put up with that now. I just don't think he would be. He just doesn't have. He's just not the type to belong to something like that. Um, so I'm going to write down those books while I play some music. There's two of them, and like I said, if you haven't seen Anton LaVey, look him up. What a creepy dude. Yeah, Jack the Ripper was a Freemason, so they say. If you believe that that's who did it, yeah, there you go. Um, well, they say the Bushes are Illuminati, so could they be? Yeah, I think so. Um, and it all ties in. It's really kind of a bizarre type of thing with cults and stuff. The Freemasons, Illuminati, and all that. They all tie in together, which is I think it would be a good conspiracy theory show for that. Um, yeah, I believe. Yeah, Jack the Ripper was a Freemason. Yep, I believe it. Of course, he didn't get caught, so there you go. Were they protecting him? Probably. They're probably one of their own. So there you go. Um, and Ben Franklin and all of them, they believe they were all part of the Freemason Illuminatis. So, um, Skull and Bones. Yep, there you go. It's just a really interesting subject, this whole cult thing, and how it kind of all ties in together. It's really fascinating. Um, I think I'm glad you enjoyed the show tonight. Like I said, I hope you learned something about cults. Um, it is a deep subject, uh, and I hope that I didn't discredit, didn't not touch on something because I tried to cover it pretty much. Um, Speaking of Skull and Bones, hang on a second. I do have something on them. Um, yeah, there it is. The Skull and Bones is a secret society at Yale University. The Society's alumni organization owns the Society's real estate and oversees the organization. The Society is known informally as Bones, and members are known as Bonesmen. The Skull and Bones was founded in 1832 over debating, after a dispute among debating societies. Interesting. Um, the Society's assets are managed by the alumni organization, incorporated in 1856 and named after the Bones co-founder. The first extended description of Skull and Bones was in 1871 in a book called 4 Years at Yale, noted that the mystery now attending its existence forms the one great enigma which college gossip never tires of discussing. Junior class societies returned to campus the following years and could share information about society rituals. Skull and Bones selects new members among students at Yale every spring as part of the Yale University's Tap Day, and has done so since 1879. They finally had the inclusion of women in the early 1990s. Skull and Bones selects 15 men and women of the junior class to join. Those that have used as campus leaders and other notable figures for membership. So there's some like history on it and the lore. A document suggests that 322 is a reference to the year 322 BC, and that members measure dates from that year instead of the Common Era. Documents in the tomb have purportedly been found dated to Anno Damascene. One legend is that the numbers in the Society's emblem, 322, represent founded in 32 Second Corps. Members are assigned nicknames: Long Devil, Boaz, Hamlet, Uncle Remus. They're drawn from literature, religion, and myth. So, and they have a reputation for stealing keepsakes from other Yale societies. Campus building society members, and they call the practice crooking, and they strive to outdo each other's being a crook. So, it's an undergraduate senior secret society, and it is the oldest senior class landed society. So there you go. That's Skull and Bones. A lot of people don't know what Skull and Bones is. So there you go. Little background on that. Did you hear the creepy facts about cults? That was pretty cool. I when I came across that, I had to include it in it. I thought that was really cool. I think that about wraps it up for the cults tonight. Do you have any questions, Chris? I know I went over a lot of stuff. A lot of details. I hope I didn't lose anybody. I hope you found it interesting. I'll put the books in the chat here in a bit, the 2 books. And I hope, Michelle Remember should be really interesting. And of course, the deprogramming, if you do escape a cult. So chances are, yes, no. Okay. Okay. I forgot what I asked you. But anyway, okay, I'm going to play some more music. I think I'll give the rundown first for the week. And then do some more music and stuff, and then end it because I have another show to do right after this. It's called Hollywood Review. We're going to discuss the latest gossip in Hollywood and over the weekend box office. So I'm going to end this one, and maybe I don't know about you, Chris. I don't know. And so we'll end this show for tonight. Next week I'm doing Urban Legends with about where our KBLP podcasters live. Thank you, Valerie. Good night, hon. Thank you so much. Such as Ike and Steven, they live in Colorado. So I'm going to do Urban Legends about Colorado. Lisa in New Mexico. Lori in Michigan. Chris in Virginia. So I'm going to be doing Urban Legends in those areas, plus Ohio, where I live. So that's going to be real fun next week. I love Urban Legends.